combination between Korasanya and Osimhen was something like magic. Even when it's as if nothing will come out of the game, out of nothing, you see either an assist or you see a goal.
True.
And that actually took him to the level of attacker, the level of striker he is today. After that competition, season, he won the African Footballer of the Year. Many coaches opted to go for him, but you know, being an African, and most times we Africans, some part of the season we are either in going for African Cup of Nations. So many coaches are not always interested in signing an African player. But that season was the perfect season for him. He was the highest goal scorer in the Italian Serie A, 25 goals. He won the Italian Player of the Year. And if you watch it, he truly deserved all he got, because if you watch him play, he plays with so much passion. He plays with so much commitment. And it's not just about the commitment. If other players are giving 90%, Osimhen will give 120%, because he wants the team to win. He has the team at his heart. He loves football and he enjoys football.
He loves football, and a man enjoys football. He plays with passion, tenacity, doggedness, resilience. And these are some of the characteristics that Victor James Osimhen is made up of. That season for Napoli, that Scudetto winning season, was one of his breakout season. He broke so many records, and of course helping the Naples to win the Scudetto after 33 years of wait, when last they won and it was a very glorious outing for Victor Osimhen. And there was a seamless combination, more like a Siamese twins combination between Victor James Osimhen and the Georgian Ivica Kvaratskhelia, which Doctor talked about that very season. Well, for whatever reason, that year as well, Napoli had to, of course, give their best player of the season to Ivica Kvaratskhelia instead of Victor James Osimhen, which actually caused a whole lot of, uproar in the social media from Nigerians. But then, let's take a quick break. When we are back, we continue to bring you the more about Victor James Osimhen. This is Atlantic Television Network Sport Personality. All right, you're welcome back from that short break. Still onto Atlantic Television Network, and this is a sport personality. And Victor James Osimhen is our sport personality for this morning edition of the show, because he is now Nigerian all-time second top scorer after his hat-trick against Benin Republic. Dr. Elechi Oweke is still here, and together we are bringing you up to speed with the life and career of Victor James Osimhen. Moving on the 19th of August 2023, Victor James Osimhen opened the regular season with Napoli by scoring a brace against newly promoted Frosinone in a 3-1 victory. A hamstring injury during Nigeria's 2-2 draw in a friendly match against Saudi Arabia on 16th of October 2023 caused him to miss 4 regular seasons games and 2 Champions League group stage matches. He returned on the 25th of November 2023 and assisted Jif Elmas winning goal in a 2-1 victory over Atalanta. Victor James Osimhen scored his first goal of the 2023-2024 Champions League campaign in the final group match in a 2-0 victory over Braga on the 12th of December 2023, securing Napoli's progression to the knockout stages over the Portuguese side. On the 23rd of December 2023, Victor James Osimhen extended his contract with Napoli until 2026 with a new release clause set at 130 million euros. Later the same day, Victor Osimhen was sent off with a second yellow card against Roma, with a score at 1-0 in Roma's favor, and Napoli will go on to lose 2-0 following a goal by Romelu Lukaku. This meant that he would not be able to play in the last game of the season before his international call-up for the 2023 African Cup of Nations. On the 28th of February 2024, he scored a hat-trick, yes, in a 6-1 away win over Sassuolo, thus becoming the 3rd player to score at least 10 goals in Serie A in 4 consecutive seasons at Napoli, following Diego Armando Maradona and Attila Salustro in that very one. In 2024-2025 alone season that he went to Galatasaray, over the course of the summer transfer window, there was much speculation that Victor James Osimhen could leave Napoli with Al Ahly, Chelsea, and Paris Saint-Germain, all heavily linked with the player. On the 30th of August 2024, it was reported that Victor James Osimhen had agreed a deal with Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly, but the deal didn't go through after Napoli changed their asking price for his permanent transfer away. Instead, Al Ahly signed Brentford striker Anthony in his place. The same day, it proposed a move to Chelsea also failed to go through, as the player was not able to agree to a deal with the Premier League giant. On the 31st of August, Victor James Osimhen was excluded from Napoli's Serie A squad for the season and stripped off his number, with the shirt being handed to new striker Romelu Lukaku instead. On the 3rd of September, Turkish Super League giant Galatasaray opened the talks to take Victor James Osimhen on loan until end of the 2024-2025 season. The next day, Galatasaray announced a completion of their loan signing of Victor James Osimhen. On 28th of September, Osimhen scored his first goal for the club when he netted a brace in the first half of a 3-3 draw with Kasim Pasa. On the 14th of March 2025, Osimhen scored his first hat-trick with Galatasaray in a 4-0 demolition over Antalyaspor. On the 14th of May 2025, Victor Osimhen scored a brace for Galatasaray as his player of the match performance helped them beat Trabzonspor 3-0 in the Turkish Cup final. It was his first trophy that he won with the club. With his 2 goals in the final, Osimhen reached 35 goals in 39 official matches, setting a new record for most goals scored in a single season by a foreign player in Turkey. He surpassed former Galatasaray striker Mario Jardel's long-standing record of 34 goals. Victor James Osimhen signed a permanent contract with Galatasaray on August 1st, 2025, after completing a successful loan spell at the club. The transfer fee was reported in the region of 75 million euros paid to his former club Napoli. Osimhen signed a 4-year contract which includes annual salary of 15 million euros and net loyalty bonus 1 million euros per season, image right 5 million euros per season. Total annual earnings is within the region of 21 million euros. The deal also includes a 10% profit sharing clause from any future resale for the player. So the 2024-2025 season was more like a turbulent time between him and Napoli. It was like back and forth. Napoli refusing to sell to Al Ahly, upping the price figure, not letting him to go until different clubs meet their wage demand of 130 million euros. That, at that point in time, if you were in the shoes of Victor Osimhen, what would you have done when there was that controversy? After helping them to win their first Scudetto, after 33 good years, you are treated that way.
First of all, I'm not a professional footballer, so I may not really be in his shoes. But for me, I think I will offer, for me, I will see it in a different line. Now, a lot happens to players and such really ruin their career, but that wasn't the case with Victor Osimhen. Although he made some errors along the line, but he is human. Human can also make error anytime, any day. Galatasaray Napoli on their part wanted to cash out from Victor Osimhen. Maybe people don't understand. Football is business, and you don't just sell your assets just like that without getting much from him. Where Osimhen had made the biggest had an issue was when he signed contract extension, which increased his wages and which now became a burden on Napoli. And a new coach came in. I think that's another problem they had. A new coach came in, and the coach had his own policy. You can't have a player that is earning as much as over every other person, and you are keeping the player on the bench, and you are playing him the way you like. No. Teams, most times, are built around players. And for Napoli to have won the Scudetto the previous season, meaning Victor Osimhen was an integral part of the team. So you just coming in and trying to do that wasn't a good one. For me, I believe Osimhen would have just been calm, behave as if he doesn't know what is happening, but doing his underground work to ensure he get the best out of the situation. And because his outburst led to a lot of issues, which outrightly did not give a good image about him as a player, which also scared some clubs and some coaches away from coming to have a deal with Napoli. So if he had been calm at that situation, people wouldn't have known what he has in his mind, what he wants to do and what he doesn't want to do. But because of his outburst, it actually reflected negatively, and it took time for the deal or for the situation to be resolved before he moved to Turkey. But being the kind of player he is, going on loan to Turkey, I think he actually took the best opportunity, and today we are celebrating him here.
Today we are celebrating Victor James Osimhen here, but then Bater Barina joins us all the way from the Coal City State, talking about Enugu State this morning. Though he's coming a bit late, but then it is our pleasure to have him. Bater, good morning and welcome to Atlantic Television Network.
Emmanuel, and good morning to the analysts in the studio. A pleasure to join you here on the show this morning.
All right, our sport personality for today is Victor James Osimhen, and we're talking about him before you joined us. Victor James Osimhen was so instrumental for Napoli in their title-winning season before the transfer saga, which actually, caused some sort of disaffection between him and Napoli before he left for Galatasaray. For such a striker that has given all he has for a club, helping them to win the Scudetto after 33 years of wait, what do you make of Napoli and the way they treated him before he left for Galatasaray?
I think it was not really a good moment for Victor James Osimhen, and I didn't believe. Someone told me earlier that the relationship between Napoli and Victor Osimhen will end that way. I would say no, because these two sides have been very good. They have been good when it has to do with their relationship was perfect. But I think the mistake Victor Osimhen made was to find the second year with Napoli. Like they say, you leave when the obligation is high. I was expecting that when Victor Osimhen won the Scudetto for Napoli, I think that he's going to leave at that. I told you, he would have been, celebrated in another top club in Europe. But the way they treated, talking about the way Napoli treated Osimhen, I think it's really bad, because I wasn't expecting that. Despite no matter what has happened, Victor Osimhen was this poster boy of Napoli when he was there. Anytime he's on the field of play, he always, give 101%, to the team. And he's not that striker that he scored today, he will not score tomorrow. Anytime he's on the field of play, you will know that Osimhen on the field of play. So I was thinking that even if the dispute was that occurred between them was from the team, that they will resolve it amicably. You don't come out to the media. It will be a kind of an in-house thing. Okay, Osimhen, you did this, you did not like it. All right, please, you don't want to do this and do that. How you move on? That's how you treat this kind of a player. You treat him with respect, you treat him with honor, because he is a post of the team. But the way they treated him was really bad, especially when he missed a penalty. Tell me, is that a player in the world that has not missed a penalty before? The greatest of the greatest have, missed a penalty one time or the other in their career. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. You can name them. You know these players, they give penalty. That Osimhen missed a penalty was not enough for the club to come out on social media and show him that was where they got it. So that was really, really bad.
All right.
And I think it's from that.
All right, let's talk about his national team career.
And then Osimhen was very angry, and he had to delete everything that has to do with Napoli from him.
All right, let's talk about his international career, because James Osimhen was a member of the Nigerian under-17 team that won the 2015 FIFA under-17 World Cup in Chile. He scored 10 goals in 7 games at the tournament and won the Golden Boot and Silver Ball awards. Victor James Osimhen's performances also earned him the CAF Youth Player of the Year award in 2015. Victor James Osimhen made his official senior debut for the Nigerian side, the Super Eagles, in a 2-0 defeat against South Africa on 10th June 2017. He missed out on Nigeria's 2018 FIFA World Cup campaign after his inconsistent season at Wolfsburg. The Super Eagles ended the 2021 AFCON qualification on a high, beating Lesotho 3-0. However, Victor Osimhen missed the 2021 African Cup of Nations supposedly due to COVID-19, as claimed by his club. This claim provoked a response from a sports lawyer in Nigeria who wrote to express his dismay to the alleged intention of Victor Osimhen's club's side, Napoli. Osimhen started the qualification for the 2023 AFCON qualification in sparkling form, helping Nigeria Super Eagles win both of their first 2 matches. Victor James Osimhen netted a goal against Sierra Leone and another 4 in a 10-0 win over Sao Tome and Principe. Victor James Osimhen's super hat-trick was his first senior international hat-trick for the Super Eagles. In December 2023, he was called up for the 2023 African Cup of Nations, where he was, of course, part of that squad in Ivory Coast. He netted a goal in the opening match against Equatorial Guinea, which ended in a 1-1 draw in March 2025. Victor James Osimhen scored a hat-trick on October 14, 2025 against Benin Republic in a World Cup qualifier for the Super Eagles to take his goal tally for the senior national team to 29 goals. 8 goals shy of Rashidi Yakini, who now sits as the top scorer for the Super Eagles, while Victor James Osimhen is now the second all-time top scorer for the Super Eagles. 8 goals rather shy of Rashidi Yakini. Doc, Victor Osimhen for the national, his record for the national team speaks a volume about his character, about how deadly and lethal he is in front of goals. 29 goals so far scored in 44 games, 8 shy of that of Rashidi Yakini, who has 37. Do you think before he finally hangs his boot for his national team, he's going to break this record and set a new one?
Of course, he will shatter the record, and he may end up having as high. You know that Nigeria is among the country that its leading goal scorer has a very small number of goals. So Osimhen has come at a time that Nigeria needed a striker. After the exit of our own leader, gangling Rashidi Yakini, we've had it rough with strikers. We've not had strikers that have come to stay. After Rashidi Yakini, we had the likes of Akpo Borie, we had the likes of Benedict Akwegbu, we had a lot of these players, Yakubu Aibene, we had a lot of them, Makinwa, and all of them could not stand the test of time. But Osimhen, since he came in after he joined Europe, he has